All righty, we are at Genesis chapter 45. Remember, we left off, Joseph had kind of tested his brothers one more time just to see if they, were still like they were when they sold him, and he sees clearly that they aren't. They've grown. Judah's willing to sacrifice themselves for Benjamin's sake, and Joseph just plain can't take it anymore. So here we are. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him. See, the Egyptians and all of them's in there. He sends them out here. He says, he cried, cause every man to go out from me. He didn't want them to see him in that condition. He stood there, no man was with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. So he sends out all of his help, all the Egyptian people. It's just him and his brothers. And it says he weeps aloud. And the Egyptians in the house of Pharaoh heard. Of course, they're just kind of probably standing outside the curtain there eavesdropping. They hear what's all going on. Joseph says unto his brethren, I am Joseph. Doth my father yet live? And his brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled at his presence. It's just one of those jaw-dropping, who shot JR kind of moments. And Joseph says to his brethren, come near to me, I pray you. And they came near, and he said, I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. Now therefore be not grieved, nor angry with yourselves that you sold me here, for God did send me before you to preserve life. How about that? Joseph sees the whole plan of God there. He knows what happened. And he's telling his brothers, most people would still harbor a hatred, and no doubt he was weary of them. That's why he tested them so many times. But once he sees that they're true men now, he says, don't worry about that. It was all ordained from on high, so to speak. He says, for these 2 years has the famine been in the land, but yet there are 5 more years, in which there shall neither be earing or harvest. And God sent me before you to preserve you a posterity in the earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So now it was not you that sent me here, but God. And he has made me a father to Pharaoh, and lord of all his house, and a ruler throughout all the land of Egypt. Haste ye, go up unto my father, and say unto him, thus says thy son Joseph, God has made me lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, and tarry not. And you shall dwell in the land of Goshen. You shall come near unto me, you, your children, your children's children, your flocks, herds, and all you have, and I will nourish you. For yet there's 5 more years of famine, lest you and your household and all you have come to poverty. So he's trying to get them down there because there's still a lot of a mess left to go in there. He says, behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of my brother Benjamin, that it is my mouth that speaks to you. And you shall tell my father of all my glory in Egypt, and of all that you have seen, and you shall haste and bring down my father here. And he fell upon his brother Benjamin's neck and wept, and Benjamin wept on his neck. Moreover, he kissed all of his brethren and wept upon them, and after that his brethren talked with him. And the fame thereof was heard in Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren are come, and it pleased Pharaoh well and his servants. So that they love Joseph. Now that his people's there, they love them too. And he says, Pharaoh said to Joseph, say unto your brothers, go do this, lade your beast, and go get to the land of Canaan. Take your father and your households, and come unto me. Bring them all down, Pharaoh says. And I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and you shall eat the fat of the land. That's pretty good salvation, isn't it? God knows what he's doing. He says, now you are commanded this do. Take your wagons of the land of Egypt for your little ones and your wives, and bring your father and come. Also regard not your stuff, for the good of the land of Egypt is yours. And the children of Israel did so, and Joseph gave them wagons according to the commandment of Pharaoh, and gave them provision for the way. To all of them he gave each man changes of raiment, but to Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of silver and 5 changes of raiment. He's got a little soft spot for Benjamin. That's just natural. They're always brothers, but Benjamin's, his mommy and his daddy, his full brother. Plus, he's the only one that didn't try to kill him and sell him. I can see that, can't you? And it says, and to his father he sent after this manner 10 asses laden with the good things of Egypt, and the 10 she-asses laden with corn and bread and meat for his father by the way. And you might say, why is he sending all this up there if they're just going to get him and come right back? Well, it's done told you, for provision along the way. But as we're going to see, he's sending all this good stuff so that Jacob will believe him, Jacob's lived all these several years, probably a couple decades. I ain't real sure how long it was. Thinking his son's dead. Now they're telling him he's alive. He needs some proof. It says, so he sent his brethren away and departed, and he said unto them, see that you fall not out by the way. And they went up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan unto Jacob their father, and told him, saying, Joseph is yet alive, and is governor over all the land of Egypt. And Jacob's heart fainted, for he believed them not. And they told him all the words of Joseph, which he had said unto them. And when he saw the wagons which Joseph had sent to carry him, the spirit of Jacob their father revived. And Israel said, it is enough. Joseph my son is yet alive, and I will go see him before I die. Amen. That's 45. That's beautiful. God gets them down there to save them from the famine. As we keep on reading, we're going to see them go down in there as a family. But things take a turn after a while. And after a few hundred years, they come back out as a nation. But there's still more to see with Joseph. You know, he's going to have to see his daddy for the first time in several years. And we'll see how Jacob gets to know Pharaoh a little bit. But anyway, it's a good story, and it continues tomorrow. Show up, and we'll see about it. God bless you. Where'd my thing go? There you are. Bye.